Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Spyder Sense Riding. My name is DJ. I'm the three-wheel Can-Am specialist here at Motomember Select, the largest Can-Am Spyder dealer here in the U.S. And as always, thank you guys for checking out the channel. Today, we're going to talk about what a completely stock Can-Am Spyder RT looks like right out the box, right out the crate, straight from Can-Am's factory. It is a little bit difficult to gauge because in the past, I've done a lot of videos on breakdowns and walkthroughs, but 99.9% of those bikes have accessories, have add-ons, have upgrades. So it's kind of hard to gauge on exactly what you're paying for before those accessories are added. So today we're going to take advantage of looking at a completely stock Spyder RT Limited and exactly what does your money pay for when it is built right out the box. So this is a 2024 Spyder RT Limited. This is the Hyper Silver colorway and the Platinum trim. And the very first thing we're going to discuss just before we dive into those accessories is where does this model fall in the lineup? The RTs have three models. You have a base RT, you have an RT Limited, and then you have their top of the line, which is the Sea to Sky. They're all going to have 115 horsepower. They're all 6-speed semi-automatics, and they all have that 1330 Rotax 3-cylinder engine. They are fuel injected. They are liquid cooled. So that is a standard feature or standard motor, engine, horsepower, all that good jazz on every single Spyder RT, even the F3s, but again, we're going to be focusing on the RTs here. We're also going to talk a little bit about what separates the base RT from the RT Limited, and then also what does your extra money pay for when you are looking at a Spyder Sea to Sky. But if you guys are just in general looking for a very comfortable touring model for one-up riding, two-up riding, short distance, long distance, it doesn't matter, you name it, you are looking at a Spyder RT Limited, and this is where this bike shines. So the very first thing that comes with this bike right out the box, right out the gate, is going to be an electronic windshield here. So all your RTs will share this same windshield. It is adjustable, so you do have a button on this little panel that you can determine the height. You can lower it, you can heighten it, just depending on what you have your preference on. And it does have memory calibration. So if you set it at a certain height, when you turn the bike off, it's going to drop the windshield all the way down to the lowest setting. When you turn the bike back on, it's going to return back to the previous setting that you had it at. Standard feature on all your RTs. The next thing is going to be the floorboards on this bike. So the driver has super long floorboards. These are almost 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet long, but really comfortable. Allows you to stand up on the bike, get on and off the bike easier, stretch your legs, adjust your foot position, whatever you feel necessary. These floorboards are really nice and really long, so it makes it really comfortable for the driver. The passenger has footboards. I call them footboards because they're not as long as the driver floorboards, but the passenger footboards are adjustable. So as you flip it up, you can take this bolt out and you can actually move it along this track here, and you can determine the height that you want it to be at. We usually recommend keeping it at the highest setting just because when I show people how to get on and off the bike, the ground clearance from the top of the floorboard to the clearance that you have to make to clear the driver's seat is a shorter distance than it would be at the lowest setting. But again, if you're trying to be considerate of your passenger, if they're a little bit taller than others, you might want to drop that passenger footboard down to make them a little bit more comfortable, but use that at your own discretion. But floorboards are going to be a standard feature on all your RTs and your Sea to Sky as well. The next thing is going to be heated grips and a heated seat for both the driver and the passenger. And the nice benefit about this, and not to cause any fights, is that both the driver and the passenger have their own control modules here. So there's buttons on this panel that allows the driver to control the setting of his heated grips as well as his heated seat. And the passenger also has their own modules back here, or their buttons, that they can determine how hot both the grips and the seat are going to be. And that's going to be the first difference right there between a base RT and an RT Limited. So your base RT only comes with heated grips for the driver, and that is the only thing that's heated on the bike. But once you jump into an RT Limited, the heated grips for the driver and the passenger and the heated seat are something that is a standard feature on your Spyder RT Limited. The next thing is going to be, and this is also going to be a difference from the base RT, is going to be the self-leveling air suspension. This is a huge benefit if you plan to ride long distance, if you definitely plan to ride two up, because that rear shock automatically adjusts for passenger weight and cargo weight. So the self-leveling air suspension and that rear shock is a huge reason why a lot of our customers go to an RT Limited, why I usually kind of push somebody to an RT Limited if they do ride two up often. But your base RT does not have a self-leveling air suspension or a self-leveling rear shock back there. But self-leveling air suspension is a standard feature on your RT Limited. The next thing is going to be premium headlights. So of course you can't see them unless I turn the bike on completely, but I believe Can-Am dubs these as panoramic LED headlights because of the curvature of it, but really big, really bright, cast all the way down the road. And this is also going to be a standard feature on all your RT models. The next thing is going to be signature LED lights right here. We call these eyebrow lights here in the dealership just because of how they look, but this is a standard feature on your RT Limiteds. This is not something standard on a base RT. This is another thing that is only solely limited to the RT Limited and the Sea to Sky. That's going to be your signature lights there. The next thing that you're going to have is going to be a 16-gallon top case. So this bad boy back here holds up to 16 gallons of cargo storage capacity. You can fit a full-size helmet in here. You can fit 2 of those. It doesn't matter if it's a full-size, 3/4 helmet, half helmet, whatever it is. You can fit 2 helmets in this thing. And not only is it, of course, a top case for storage, but it also acts as a passenger backrest, and it also has 2 extra speakers. And the extra bonus point for the top case is it does add an extra rear brake light right here. And this, of course, is going to be another thing that is not standard on a base RT. So, of course, your base RT, if you take this top case off, it will just have a color matching rear panel. And when I say color matching rear panel, it's the same color as this color of the bike, but there's just a panel that covers up the exposed holes or the exposed area that this top case leaves when you take it off. So top case comes standard on a RT Limited. It does not come standard on a base RT. The next thing, hopefully I can get this thing to turn around properly. We're going to go all the way around, guys. I can't get the remote right. But the next thing that's going to be standard on every single base RT, to your RT Limiteds, to your Sea to Sky, is going to be these air deflectors right here. So when I say fixed, I mean they're stuck in this one position. And the main purpose of this is just to help air guide around you and around the bike. So on those cold days where you don't really want that wind to hit you in your face or anything like that, you know, these actually come in handy. You can opt in for the adjustable ones where you can open and close these to help air guide towards you. But all your RTs come standard with this feature here, or this piece of technology, I guess. But air deflectors, you know, just help air guide around you in the bike. And the very last thing that comes standard on this bike, the RT Limited, as opposed to the base RT, is going to be a front trunk liner. So of course, from the position of the camera, you can't see it, so I'll make sure to snap a couple photos. But inside this front trunk here is lined with a nice fabric liner. So if you have helmets, if you have precious goods that you don't really want banging up or rattling in there, you know, you have this liner here that protects some of that stuff. Your base RT does not have this liner. It just has the plastic compartment that it just is. But you can get yourself a liner if you want to, but the RT Limited comes standard with this front trunk liner, which, like I said, just helps protect some of your stuff. It gives it more of a premium look to it. But that right there, guys, is going to be the differences between the base RT and the RT Limited, and exactly what do you get when you actually pay for an RT Limited. And now, if we discuss the Sea to Sky, what does your extra money go to when you are purchasing a Sea to Sky? And that really is going to be a colorway, a couple differences in the badging, a different rim package, and a comfort seat. So if you like the uniqueness of looking premium out there, having a unique colorway, having an upgraded seat, that's where your extra money goes to when you are purchasing a Sea to Sky. You know, if you're about, you know, turning heads, you know, saying, hey, I never seen that color before. Well, it's a Sea to Sky. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting when you're going towards a Sea to Sky. Your Sea to Sky is based on the same platform as this. The technology, the comfort is already there. You're just getting a little bit more premium finish. Like I said, a little extra comfort when it comes to the seat itself, and then a different rim package at the end of the day, guys. So it could be worth your while to jump to the Sea to Sky. If you like that exclusiveness of a bike, the Sea to Sky is where it's at. But if you're just looking for a comfortable a touring model for 1-up riding, 2-up riding, long distance, short distance, for everything that the road can throw at it, you know, you could be looking at an RT Limited. That's where that bike shines at the end of the day. But as far as what you're paying for a lot of technology. You're paying for a lot of comfort. You're paying for a whole lot of bike, guys. So this is where this bike shines. I mean, we put a lot of people coming from 2 wheels, coming from lower end models to the RT Limited, just based on what it comes with right out the get-go. You get a lot of value, a lot of bang for your buck for the MSRP that they do offer. I won't go into the details, but I mean, if we're talking about MSRP, depending on the trim, whether it's platinum or whether it's dark, you're looking to spend probably in the low 30s, maybe to mid 30s by the end of the day when it comes to, you know, fees and taxes and so forth. But you're going to get a lot of value for this bike just based on what you get right out the get-go, right out the gate. If you're looking for something that has all this stuff with no add-ons to it, come on, the RT Limited is it for you guys. But I am curious, you know, based on what you guys see here, would you purchase a bike that is completely stock, or would you personalize it and upgrade it right from the get-go? If you guys have any answers, please drop it in the comment. Let me know exactly what you ride and let me know what you've added to it. I am super curious and I love to hear from you guys. You guys have helped this channel grow so much, and I'm glad that there's so much engagement when it comes to this. I get so much great feedback, and it makes me want to continue making these videos for you guys and divulge as much information that I have and spit it back out to you. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out. If you guys are in the market for a Spyder, need help going through the process or walking through the process, please get in contact with me. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.